Alright, so this is going to be the Behind the Collector interview thing. I'm gonna be popping this up raw and uncut, so I don't have to do any editing. Anyways, whilst Matthias is enjoying a cold one, and did you just move forward? I think you were more in the back. Yeah, like this. Yeah. Alright. Anyways, so you're 31 years old?
Yes.
You started collecting when you were 21?
Around that time, yeah.
So that's 10 years of collecting. It's kind of like me. I've been collecting over the past 10 years too. What was the inspiration for your collecting? Why did you start collecting?
I never had an inspiration for starting to collect. It's rather in my blood to collect, from like marbles and flippos. You remember flippos? The pogs, as you Americanos call them, and stickers and like all that shit, and baseball, basketball cards, and you name it, I got it when I was a kid. So, but like the recent years, the last 5-6 years, it's when I watch YouTube videos like AVGN and in It's Retro Geek Out, it's like it gets me pumped to collect more and show off my stuff to you guys. So yeah, definitely. Like YouTube for me also. When I started collecting, I started checking out YouTube just to get recommendations on which NES games do I still need. And then you start seeing the AVGN stuff because that's the first thing that pops up. I mean, back then he already had like 1 million subscribers. Yeah, and it's like all shitty games. But like, even though I knew they were shitty games, I was like, I'll buy those. Me too. And that's what got me started. I also watched Pat the NES Punk, Game Chasers. Yeah, Game Chasers is my favorite. It's my favorite YouTube channel of all. I really like the humor of those guys. It seems like if I was in America, living in Texas, I think they're from, I would hang out every day with those guys, farting and all that crazy wacky stuff you see on their show. I like it. I love it. Yeah.
All right. What was your first console as a kid and your first game ever?
Yeah, my first console, I remember it very well. It was the Game Boy, and I think I was like 5 or 6. I think I just went to first
grade.
Like
so you were 5 or 6 years
5
old.
or 6, I think. I got my first gray
after kindergarten.
I got my first gray Game Boy, and I remember it till the day. It was the packing with Mario Land and Tetris together. That one I got. Was 2 games I played to death because my parents we didn't have much money growing up, so it was tough for my parents to buy new games and stuff like that. But the Game Boy they bought brand new with the 2 games. I think they saw the value of the Game Boy packed in with the 2 games, so they didn't have to buy me two games separately. So I played them to death. So when the Game Boy was played to death, my father was at a friend's house and they had an NES. And the first game I saw them playing was, I think it was Bubble Bobble, with Bob and Bob Tido. Going Tido. And I was fascinated because it was on the TV, and I was like, all these games on the screen, yellow and greenish pea soup color. And then I saw it on the big screen on the TV. I was like, "Wow, Daddy, we have to get one of those." And so my dad, he saved up and bought me my first SNES.
Okay, an SNES.
Yeah, okay. It was like I think it was out for maybe not a year. It was not out a year. It was I think a half 6 months.
That would be like 93, 94.
Yeah, around that age. I think
it came out in 92 in the US, but it probably took 93 or 94 to come out in Belgium.
Yeah. It was around Jurassic Park, I think.
And basically that was your first home console you could play on the TV, but it's also the one you collect most for.
I think because it's the console I first played on the TV, I owned to play on the TV. I love it to death. I love the 16-bit graphics.
Are you going for a full set or mainly going for games you really want? Because you have NTSC games, but you also have PAL games, so you're not really going for just one iteration of the system?
When I mentioned I found those NTSC games, that was the start of the collection, so
that was really the first item you got, and that sparked
the rest.
Your interest in, hey, I'm gonna try finding more of this stuff.
Yeah, more of this stuff. Man, playing them, finding a new Super Nintendo on the flea market, and with the adapter to play the NTSC games. So I bought that again, and I was like, wow, why did I throw you away when I was 12, I think, or so?
Oh, so you sold off your stuff?
Yeah. And I don't have nothing left from my Super Nintendo. The only thing I have left is this carrying case, and I love it to death because it's the only thing Super Nintendo related I still own from my childhood. I had to clean it up, so it was all written with marker and shit, and the funny faces.
Yeah, it looks nice now.
Yeah. I did a great job on it.
So yeah, collecting goals. What are your collecting goals? You're not going for a full set of anything really, but mainly trying to get titles that you want
to play, that I want to play.
Okay.
Especially with the more expensive titles like the Little Samsons and the Dragon Fighters, and that are games that I actually want to play. So yeah, I spend a little more on those because I really want to play on the original hardware on the CRT
and
TV.
And you have the whole setup. I mean, my game room it doesn't have a freaking setup. I can't afford a TV right now. So
oh, champagne.
So I don't know. Like I think I'm more of a collector than actually playing this stuff. I do play a lot of Switch. And like basically anything I need to have gameplay footage of, I play. So you play a lot of games. I do play a lot of games, but it serves purpose to making the videos. And Switch is the only thing that's downstairs that my girlfriend allows to be downstairs.
Here is the same. Switch and PS4 are downstairs on the big size TV.
But we'll get to the current gen stuff a little bit later on. Let's see what stuff we spoke about. Oh, an epic find. So apart from the epic find that you got with the box that was stuff for free, you also found some stuff at a trash. Like where you go and you take like all of your big trash, that stuff,
recycling. I don't know how you guys call it in America. Do you guys recycle? I don't know. Are you there yet? Or?
I think they do.
Yeah, they do. Can collecting. I found 3 PS1 billboards, promotional signs. And I was like, I came out of the car with my girlfriend, and there was a guy unloading these, putting next to his car. So I immediately saw them. So I went up to the guy and was like, "What are you gonna do with those lights?" "Oh, I'm just gonna throw it in the bin over here." I said, "Throw them in my car."
So you actually got him to put it into your car.
Yeah,
because like the whole thing about the recycling plant stuff we have here is, once you drop something over there, it belongs to them. And you can't just go over there to like the tossed away electronics and pick up an SNES, because they'll come over and
you gotta be shady about it.
So that's probably why you got away with it, because you were talking to him and he was like, "Okay, you can have it." But that's a pretty epic find. I think I have a picture of those.
Yeah, so I sent you a picture when I found those.
There. I'll have to cut that out. Is there an item in here that you think you pay too much for, or is that the?
Yeah, it's the fireman to begin with. I think every collector eventually pays too much for like every game. I think when I was starting to collect 10 years ago, nobody gave a shit about retro games. They like I told you, I found the box in the trash and in the lights and stuff. Nobody gives a shit about those things. And I think everybody pays too much, but there are definitely items you pay more than you want to for.
I think sometimes the desire is just higher than your reasoning behind I'm paying too much for this.
Yeah, I need it right now. Yeah. It's here, I need it right now.
Also, like, I think the Fireman, it's like you said, what is it called? Fireman 3000? Or
no, just
the Fireman. Yeah. This game right here. You never see it.
No.
Even though your brain is saying, well, it only goes 80 on price chart. Why am I paying more than 100 for this?
Paid 140 for it, so yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you have it. It's the only copy I've seen, apart from one that was in the box. And that's in the past 10 years, so.
Yeah, me too.
So, are you more of a gamer or a collector? What do you think, in which category?
I am more of a gamer. I like to collect because you see the boxes over there.
Well, I see the room. It looks like a collection.
Yeah, collection. So collecting is in my blood. I have to do it. If it's not this, it's like wrestling figures on card or baseball cards or other shit. I have to collect something. But I think I play more games than I collect. Okay. Yeah, the games I buy, I really want to play also. So I'm not gonna buy like. FIFA 98 because just of the FIFA 98 that goes right here in the shelf and never goes off the shelf. Yeah, you know, the ones that I got, it came in lots. I never went after them actively.
Okay. So, and then other collections, because it's not games only.
No,
you started. I mean, there's a lot of statues that are game related. I can see there's some horror stuff over here. There's also some toys.
Yeah.
Some pretty cool toys.
That came in the last year, I think, since I met you.
You met me.
Yeah. I had a
sorry about
a friend.
That.
Yeah, it's no problem. If it wasn't you, it would be somebody else. So. The Leo, I had a friend in, I think it was kindergarten or the first grade or something, like really. I mean, we were really small kids and still played with those stuff. And he had a Mikey, and I was so jealous of him because he had the big Mikey. You know, in Europe it must have come from America because it's unobtainable here.
Like the way I'm seeing them now, in how often I see them, I think either they were available in Europe because they were shipped. Imported.
Okay, like that. Yeah.
It's the same thing with games. You would get a lot of NTSC games over here in rental stores, and some stores, some shady stores would actually sell the NTSC games before the PAL games came out. That too, and the NTSC games were cheaper to get if you bought them in bulk, so that's why they did that. For me, definitely collecting toys started 3 years ago because I didn't find enough games at the flea market to keep me going. So I started, collecting some magazines, collecting soundtracks, collecting toys. Lots of toys now. So I guess that's kind of what...
Kind of the same reason, I think. That's
because you don't want to come home empty-handed when you go to the flea market. And that way, at least you'll find something.
And toys are more obtainable than games nowadays.
Right now,
You don't know what the future is gonna bring, but it's not looking good over here in Belgium. It's always overpriced, or you have to, like you said, you have to come home with something to get something out of your day. Else, it's your day is gone. You ran around for 4 hours on the flea market on a Sunday. And come home with one turtle, and it's not...
at least you have something.
Yeah, you have one turtle, okay.
But, if you were only going out for games, you'd have nothing.
Yeah.
So that's true. But it's still fun, right?
Yeah. I still love collecting. Because now we go more to these cons, and in Belgium there are a lot. I think in Belgium you can go...
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks if you want.
Check my videos. Yeah. It's con, flea market, con.
So it's not good for the wallet, all the cons going, but...
I'm broke.
Yeah, me too. Broke the bank.
Everyone's broke in Belgium because they
Yeah.
buy too much games. But yeah, then like collecting has changed in the past 10 years
Yeah.
for you. But
Yeah.
what makes you keep? Why do you still collect then? Is it because it's in your blood?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
It's an urge you're trying to fulfill.
It's
Do you think there's something wrong with us?
Yeah. I think there's a lot wrong with us. But no, I think it's healthy.
Is it a collecting sickness or it's on the verge of hoarding? No.
No. Look how clean it is here. It's not hoarding.
It's pretty clean here.
Yeah. When there's stuff going everywhere in your house, you have to walk over the trash piles. Then you're hoarding.
Okay.
Okay, so we're good. I think we're good. You too. You have a nice game room, so yeah.
Yeah. Is there a console you don't have in your collection that you would still want to get and start collecting games for?
Yeah.
And which one?
Very badly. The Victrix.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the Victor graphics. It really, I don't know. It pulls me. It grabs
also
me.
One of the only
I think
systems that comes with its own monitor.
Yeah.
I
It's
think.
like a mini arcade at home. I think they were going for that also, like in the day, because when did it came out? In the early 80s
I
or
have no clue.
because it's an old console, I think.
And you have to use overlays.
Yeah,
because
for the
otherwise
color.
some of the games wouldn't make sense. I guess.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
But it's very expensive to collect for the Victrix here. I think you buy a Victrix loose for 200. I think that's the cheapest I saw it loose was 175, 200, and it's been a couple of years ago. So, and the games I think are very expensive also. Yeah, I don't know, but you see them,
I think it's okay. But it's just that you don't see them too often.
No.
I don't think there's a lot of collectors for it either.
No, and maybe the ones who collect for it are really like the group who collects for the Victrix, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what I think. I don't know if it's true, though. Let's go into some newer stuff. Like, are you a Switch, a PS4, or an Xbox One guy?
I am, by heart, the PlayStation guy. I really like the PlayStation 4. It has a really big library, so this is something for everybody on the PlayStation 4, you know? Okay. I think it started on the PS3, the bigger libraries and you know. So yeah, after the SNES, I sold my SNES and I bought a PlayStation 1. So from there on, I was a PlayStation guy. So I do own a Switch, but I think the European line of games is pretty meager. Yeah. Shitty. Yeah.
Pretty shitty.
Yeah. We don't get a lot of games for the Switch here.
Yeah, at least not physical.
No, not physical, and I hate downloading games.
What do you think of, like, is there a trend in the past couple of years that you're seeing more retro styled games coming to the PS4, coming to the Switch?
Very good ones also. I really like those games. Recently I bought Owlboy. It's a really good one. Really nice, graphics, really nice pixel art, you know, and the story kind of grabs you. It's like a mute owl guy. He's really like a geeky kind of guy, you know, the underdog, and you have to save the day by manning up and taking down the enemies, you know. It's you have a lot of great games in that style these days, like the Shovel Knight was, I think, one of the first who
it's
came
one of
out
my
with.
favorite games.
Yeah, me too. I really liked it. When it came out, I played it to death, and then I was surprised they came out with the other characters, because in the beginning it was only Shovel Knight, and then they came out with Plague Knight and all the.
Yeah, it's different campaigns. And
you're
basically doing the same levels, but it has different mechanics of how you can win.
Yeah.
But,
I never played those, so.
But you can just download it on your main thing.
Yeah, I think it's free.
DLC,
yeah, I think it's free. Yeah. I think I have the pack.
It really made the longevity of the game work.
Yeah.
Because you could play it again and again.
Yeah, true. I played it again and again only with the Shovel Knight.
So that's one of the really retro styled games that I mean that was a pretty cool one.
Yeah.
What do you think of the retro bubble people are talking about? There's a retro bubble, it might pop soon, because not only are a lot of people, you know, spending money on these old retro games, but also the new market of PS4, PS4, Switch, Xbox One. There's a lot of games coming out that really cash in on the nostalgia trend of, hey, this is like a 16-bit RPG. This is kind of like that. This is, and you know, limited run games and stuff like that. Really popping out those, making them even more collectible because at least then you have a physical version.
I really hate those guys. Fuck you, limited run and everything you do. Damn.
You want it.
But yeah, I want it. I'm in fucking Belgium. Fucking Belgium. If you want to pay, we have to pay like massive shipping costs to get it here and stuff. You have to sniper them because limited run in America is like, everybody wants them. You have to.
The first hour, it's all gone.
It's all gone. You know, I have to get up in 3 a.m. in the morning to get the fucking game. No limited run, no. Or make a European department. I'm without job, so give me a call.
It'll test the games for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you think there is a retro bubble that might burst soon, or is it? You think it's still gonna go on and on?
It's gonna go. I think the bubble is overrated. They talk about it like it's gonna pop from Monday to Tuesday, like pop, and it's gonna go. It's not gonna go like that. I think it's the
price
moving on.
Yeah.
I think now you see the NES is starting to go a little bit and stabilizing.
But I think compared to like what happened to the Atari games,
Atari
doesn't have like a system out now that people will want to go and revisit. They're not reminded to it constantly.
True.
But
only with the
I mean, there's still 8-bit style games coming out. There's still 16-bit games. So I think
even Atari styled games coming out, so still.
Okay.
But I think that the Atari was never like as collectible as the NES. I don't think. I don't know, like a guy who is like, oh, I have to own every fucking Atari except for Matthias, I think, the AVGN's buddy. But maybe Shady J, but all in America, here in Belgium, I don't know one guy who says like, I have to have the full library of Atari.
I know one Dutch guy who is like the Atari man or something.
I don't know.
Mr. Atari, that's
Mr.
what
Atari.
he's called. He has a ton, but I don't think he has everything.
No.
I'm not sure about it.
I think there are a lot also. I think it's like a library, like 1400s.
And there's like one really hard to get game that there's only like 14 known of or something.
Alright.
It's crazy.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, physical versus digital. You're really pro physical, right?
Yeah, and I always will be. I think if
it's cheaper to get it through a download.
Not always.
Do you think it's going to move even more in that direction?
Yeah, it's definitely gonna move in that direction. Because they're gonna do what they want. Nintendo does what they want, and PlayStation, Sony,
but they did put out, a new cartridge-based system.
Which is pretty cool. So, but I don't know. I think the PlayStation, the Xbox guys are gonna go more for the digital download kind of games, but I don't like it. I think I'm gonna stop collecting then, because what are you collecting then? Are you nothing? You have.
But
nothing.
You can play the game.
Yeah, you can. That's why I will still do it. I think because like the AAA games I really like God of War, the new one, and I'm still gonna play those games, but I don't think that I'm gonna buy them in bulk as much as we do now.
And then minis.
Yeah.
Like the NES Mini, the SNES Mini. We have talk of an N64 Mini coming out, and I think the PlayStation Mini is going to come out soon. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah.
Is that cool or?
Yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's cool to for people who do not want to spend like hundreds of bucks on one title, like the SNES Classic has like these major titles on them, like Mario RPG and the Contra one, and all the good ones also, like the Legend of Zelda, and you have all the good titles. So I think for 60 euros it goes around here. So I think it's a very good deal. And also for the people who don't want to spend like hundreds of dollars on one cassette and just want to play it on their modern flat
TV,
flat screen TV
HDMI,
with a HDMI hookup. It's really simple. and the likes that you can hack the console is also. If you know what you're doing, it's really easy. So you can load up ROMs to the brim. I think you can. It holds like 300 ROMs in total, and it still goes really good. So
all right. So one final question: who shot first?
Fucking Han Solo, man.
You heard it
fucking
here.
Badass.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Han Solo shot first.
Yeah.
All right.
Greedo, he had it coming.
So that's gonna be it for this interview thing. I will see you guys back on Monday because that's when a new video comes out every week. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right. And sometimes on Friday.
Sometimes.
Maybe
So
not.
definitely tune in.
Yeah.
I want to thank Matthias for allowing me into his game room.
No problem.
It's pretty cool. I saw pictures before, but I'm really digging it.
Yeah.
Love it.
I love having you.
It's so clean. I wish my room was this clean.
Yeah. Yeah, it's clean. Your room is clean too, man. You have a lot of shit going on with your YouTube stuff. So yeah. Good.
We're gonna leave the interview at that, and see you guys later. Bye. I think it's emotion light. See? What? It's emotions light.
It's not a clapper.
Seriously?
He's held up the whole interview. Now when we're saying goodbye, it's going like shit.
Welcome to Halloween.
Yeah.